Let's start today's session. So what we're going to do today is following things. We try to create a skew cavity tutorial from the square cavity tutorial. That is one thing we're going to do. Then next we're going to create a non-uniform mesh with the help of the block mesh utility. That means at the near the wall we have a very fine mesh, and when we move away from the wall towards the core zone we have a coarser mesh. So that part we going to look at, and then we move towards our unsteady tutorial. For unsteady tutorial we're going to use the icoform as our one of the applications. Okay, so let's start creating the skew cavity tutorial based on the square cavity tutorial. Okay, so for that let's first copy our square cavity. I am going with, let's say, finer mesh. So let's say 100 by 100 is the mesh size I want to adapt. Okay, so I am copying this particular folder. Okay, and I am keeping that folder inside the skew cavity area. Okay, so let's say I want to create a 45-degree one new tutorial, okay, out of this. So let's paste here. Okay, that is the file size and everything. So first, before you modifying the tutorial, make sure it is working correctly or not. Okay, so for that let's try to check everything going fine or not. So for that, first create the environment of30x. so with this command we created environment, then use the readme file to exactly check everything is working fine or not. Okay, then we start modifying the tutorial. Just check the block mesh. Okay, check mesh. Okay, so total we have a 10,000 hex element in his paraform. Try to check how the mesh is look like. Okay, so this is our uniform 100 by 100 element mesh size, and now we want to create a skew cavity out of this particular tutorial. So for that, please remember few things. Let me show you the block structure. This, okay, so if you type the block, okay, if you type, let me show you again, paraform and then dash block command, if you type, okay, you can able to see the blocks that is available here. Okay, and then look at the outline view. Okay, so if you see 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, now let's check the size of this particular block. Okay, so we have a 0 to 1 and 0 to 1, so we have 1 by 1 size cavity. Okay, now what we required that our cavity is a skewed cavity. That means this portion is supposed to move in this direction. That means this maximum y, this entire plane is supposed to move towards the x direction, and we try to create the angle. So skew angle is going to be defined with respect to this vertical line. Okay, so right now we're going to create a, let's say, 45-degree skew cavity. So how are we going to do that? For that we need not to change this coordinate system of this 0 1. Let me switch off axis. So 0 1 4 5, for this point we need not to change the its coordinate, but we have to change the coordinate of 7 3 6 and 2 points. Okay, so that we first try to map that coordinates, and all the coordinates I already gave you. So let's quickly check how we able to add up that part. Okay, for that we have to modify the block mesh. Okay, so let me open that. Okay, so many things is open for my side. Let me close. Okay, so this is the present block mesh for the square cavity, but this is 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. Okay, so we have to modify this coordinate system of this all the 8 point. Okay, based on our requirement. Okay, and for that we require the coordinates for the skew cavity. So I already gave that coordinate, it is here. Okay, so this is coordinates I gave. Okay, so let's try to create 45 degrees. So this is the coordinate for skew cavity, 45 degree we required. So let's add up that coordinate system here. Okay, so let me delete this part. Okay, so x1 x2 x3 x4. Okay, so let me show you how it going to work here in the block mesh. Okay, so this is our system. So x1 x2, let me put it in the wireframe. So x1 x2 x3 x4, okay, and y1 and y2. So that many coordinate we required: x1 x2 x3 x4, y1 y2, and z1 z2. Okay, but in the x direction we require 4 coordinate, because now the top wall going to move little bit in the x direction to create a skew angle. Okay, so this is how we can say. So now try to modify. So first one, let me show you like this way. Okay, so first is the 0 point. So for that x1 y1 z1, for 1 we required x2 y1 z1. Okay, for 3 now it is not a x2. Okay, it is now going to change. Okay, that is this point. Okay, this point and this point. So now we have to modify this particular things. Okay, so now this x2 is look, for point number 2 based on the C++ nomenclature, that is this point. Okay, for this point in the square cavity, whatever the x coordinate for 1, it is same for 2. But now what is going to happen, for this one we have a coordinate of 3, so we required x3. Okay, and for 3 we required the x4 as a coordinate. Okay, along with that y2 is same way we have to change here x3 and x4. Okay, so if you do this modification, we able to create this skew element. So let me show you quickly how it look like. Okay. So block mesh paraform. Okay, so we created this skew cavity out of this. What we did, we just change the few coordinate system. Okay, so again let me show you the block file, so it will be much clear. Okay, for the outline point of view, it not showing us correctly, no worry. Okay, so this is the point system. We adapted 0 1, okay, 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, and when you exactly see the surface and edge, you see the our required cavity. Okay, now let's run this cavity for RE equal to exactly, let's say something like 400. Okay, so that is the idea behind that. So our mesh is ready to go. Now we want to fix our Reynolds number. So when we want to fix our Reynolds number, what is required? We have to first fix the velocity. Okay, so let's go and check what is the velocity. We fix for a moving wall, the velocity is 1 meter per second. Okay, and then along with that we have to fix its property. Okay, so for our case, the property is right now 0.005. Okay, so let's calculate. For characteristic length for us is a 1 meter, that is lead top wall moving is size is the 1 meter. So if we remember definition of Reynolds number, RE equal to we have a velocity, that is top wall moving velocity, equal to 1, and then we have a length, that is also 1 meter, and we have at below we have a new kinetic viscosity. So if we fix the kinetic viscosity accordingly, then we able to fix the Reynolds number. So for that purpose, what we required 1 by 400. Okay, that is our value of nu. So if I want to fix the Reynolds number of 400, then I supposed to change the nu from this value to 2.5 e to the power minus 3. Okay, you got it. R equal to velocity into length scale, that is length of the moving wall divided by kinetic viscosity. So we want to fix the R equal to 400, so definitely our kinetic viscosity is supposed to be 2.5 10 to the power minus 3. So like that way we able to fix the our Reynolds number. Now let's start simulation for this. Okay, so simple form. okay, and then we want to direct this in terms of the log file. So log dot and then ampersand. So it is very easy way to look at. Okay, so why? Because we didn't create the mesh, that's why it's saying. So block mesh tailf minus log dot, you can see the output how it's simulating. Okay, if you want the graphical output of it, then please follow this command. So this is how it is converging, but if you see the output, it not converging. Okay, so there is some problem. Now we have to fix this problem. Okay, so first let's check the paraform, how our result is look like. So this is U and we are expecting, so it is completely garbage, so our simulation is diverging. Okay, it's not converging. So look why it's happened. So now don't look at the next part. I suggest pause here your video and you try to figure it out. Don't straight away look at the answer for this problem. Okay, otherwise you first you apply your brain, go to each and every file, figure it out what went wrong. Okay, either convergence or some schemes. I give you the some clue. Either there is a problem with some scheme selection, or maybe some let's say relaxation parameter selection, or few entries selection inside the FV scheme and FV solution files. Okay, so I suggest don't look at following part of this video. First take a pause and try to figure it out by yourself. Okay, and then come back from here itself and I will give you the its solution. Okay, so let's take a pause here. Okay, so I hope that you try to figure it out what went wrong. Okay, let me show you how you can fix this problem. Okay, so let's first look at the mesh. Okay, so let me quickly look at the mesh. Okay, so now if you see, in the previous case our mesh was orthogonal, now our mesh is become skewed. Okay, that means it is not a perfectly orthogonal mesh. Okay, so now our mesh become non-orthogonal. So now our when the mesh become non-orthogonal, so certain changes is required inside the FV scheme and FV solution part. So let open first FV solution file. Okay, so if you look at the FV solution file, here you see some entry non-orthogonal corrections. Okay, so we supposed to give few non-orthogonal corrections so that it will take care of non-orthogonality of the mesh. So let try with this option. So I'm giving some value something like 3. Okay, so if you're when you are increasing the skewness of the cavity, this value maybe you have to increase to get a better convergence or get a faster convergence. Okay, so this is one problem I see. Okay, so with this modification let's try it again and let's see are we able to clear that particular thing or not. Okay, so let me clean the tutorial. Okay, so let's run it again. So I'm running with the help of the same our command, so all is going to work very nicely. Okay, then so look, now if you see, now our simulation is converging very nicely. Okay, so sometime it is related to this solution options. Okay, so if our skew element is very high, yeah, that means the skewness of the element is very high, then we have to increase this skew correction factor or non-orthogonal correction factor and be able to get a converged solution. Few more thing I would highlight here. If you go here, okay, so here we have a corrected scheme. Okay, let me show you what options is available if you go towards the the distributed version of the same tutorial. Okay, so it give you the better idea. So let's say this is the okay, let me show you how you reach the distributed version of the tutorial. So from the home folder, go to the OpenFOAM 3.0x tutorials, okay, incompressible, and that Kavity tutorial available inside the IcoFOAM. So Kavity and then system, and look at the this FVScheme file. Okay, so if you look at FVScheme file, Laplacian has a linear orthogonal entry. Okay, so that means it assume our mesh is always as a orthogonal mesh only. Okay, so, but in our case I already modified that is a linear corrected. That means it will take into account the correction that we going to set with the help of this non-orthogonal correction part. Okay, so but if let's say we don't put this corrected, okay, and we stick to this orthogonal, let me show you what going to happen with that. Okay, so I am modifying this from corrected to orthogonal in our own tutorial. Okay, so this converged. So let me stop this simulations. Okay, so now I am again running, but before that let me clean the tutorial. Okay, now we are running with the help of the orthogonal. Okay, so please understand what I change. Previously it is corrected for Laplacian scheme. Now I put Gauss linear orthogonal. Okay, so it not going to take into account the orthogonal correction for a diffusion term. Okay, that is the part. So let again run and let's see with this modification what it's going to give us. Look, even though we specify the corrections, where we specify number of correction here, but our scheme what we selected is an orthogonal scheme. Okay, so it will not going to apply that correction. So when you look at its residual, it's not going to converge. Okay, and again we going to get a garbage value. So if you want to fix this problem, okay, then only one way is something like this way. We want to change from this correct orthogonal to the corrected scheme. Okay, that is the way one can see. Okay, so now let's say you don't know what entry is available here. Okay, let's say what different options we have for Laplacian here. So type, let's say, test, okay, as a dummy value at this point. Okay, and then let me first clear the tutorial. I want to just check the entry, so I'm straight away. So look, you will get this many options available. One is a corrected, phase corrected, limited, okay, orthogonal, quadratic. So we when we discuss about the scheme, we're going to explore all these options, but what we require right now is this corrected from here. So let's put that entry here, corrected, and let's run it again, this tutorial. Okay, so let me start with our standard way with looking at it. So look, whatever I am running this PyFOAM plot watcher, okay, if you want this command, then you have to install the PyFOAM, otherwise this command is not available. Okay, so after correcting this thing, that means if we have orthogonal here, that then whatever the correction we going to apply in this non-orthogonal correction, it's not going to be affect our simulations. Okay, so for that purpose we have to change the scheme from this orthogonal towards the corrected one, and then we able to get a very nice converge result. Okay, so let's, I gave it something like 2000 iterations, so it's stopping at 2000 till it's going on. Okay, no, it's almost converge. However, we can say it is almost converge, something like this way. Okay, so all are getting 0. Okay, so even pressure iteration is also 0. Okay, but why it didn't stop? Because everywhere we gave a 10 to the power minus 6. Okay, and this y component y component of velocity didn't converge up to that mark. Why didn't converge? That it's depend on the mesh size as well. So if we refine the mesh, maybe it going to converge to the at a 10 to the power minus 7 as well. Okay, so it's depend on mesh also. So sometime you see this flat portion. Okay, so this y component, look, it not exactly reach till 10 to the power minus 6. It's very close to that, but it's still fluctuating. Okay, so until unless this y component go down to 10 to the power minus 6, it's not going to converge. So when you are simulating, maybe based on your mesh size, sometime you may see that all the residuals is after 10 to the power minus 4 it become flatter, but you are expecting convergence 10 to the power minus 6. If you are facing this type of the problem, then I suggest it is the grid problem or your mesh problem. That means whatever the error it's supposed to go down, it is not able to go down with the help of the whatever the mesh size you are providing. That means the mesh size is directly related to the discretization accuracy. Okay, so that means you have a large amount of truncation error in your simulations, and because of that it will not give you the residual. That means residual plot not going to be go down till 10 to the power minus 6. Okay, so in that regard, if you increase the mesh size, that means you are refine the mesh, you will get a better result. Okay, so that is how I can see. Let me show you our result, how it look like. So paraform, this is, let's see, so this is the result what we got. Okay, and if you want to see the, let's say, vector plots, okay, so you can use this command. Okay, very big size, so we have to scale down the vectors. Okay, so scale factor scalar. Okay, so let me increase this scale factor. Okay. So slowly you able to get a very nice plot out of it. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so we have to play with certain settings. Okay, so when we start exploring this paraform, I will give you entire detailed idea about this part. Okay, along with that, let's say you want to see the streamline plots. Okay, so for that I suggest first create a slice. Okay, so Z normal, this is the slice. Okay, so this is what we required, and on this slice let's look at the streamline. Okay, so for that source is the high resolution line, and if you see, you will see very nice vertices that is developed because of the top wall is moving. Let's see here also, maybe here we able to get a very nice vector plots along with this. So let me scale down. Okay, so like that way you able to see the vector plots and the streamline plots. Okay, so try to play with these few options. Okay, and later on we explore in detail all these aspects. Okay, so this is about the skew cavity. So what we did, we adapt the square cavity, we try to change the coordinate from the square cavity, and then we also try to explore the options that is available as a FV solution file, like non-orthogonal correction, because now when we move from square to skew cavity, we are moving from orthogonal mesh towards the skew mesh. Okay, so in that regard we require the non-orthogonal correction, otherwise we're not going to get a converge solutions. Along with that, if in the scheme part, if you have for a Laplacian scheme, if you have this orthogonal linear orthogonal, that means it not going to apply the non-orthogonal corrections. Okay, so for that purpose, to activate that correction, we require this corrected part in it. Okay, so this is about the skew cavity. Now I request you, please try to create all other skew cavity. That means what I want is following things from your side. Okay, try to create skew 30, skew 60 from this coordinate system whatever I gave you. Okay, so all the coordinates is available, so try to play with that coordinate and try to create all this skew cavity. And for skew equal to 660, okay, so for skew equal to 60, I suggest try to, so skew equal to 60, if you see, it is a highly skewed cavity, okay. For that, maybe you require the more number of that non-orthogonal correction, okay. Along with that, I suggest also try to look at for R equal to 1000 as well as 2000, or maybe up more higher Reynolds number. When you go from lower to higher Reynolds number, maybe again you have to require you have to change that non-orthogonal correction. Along with that, you may require that you have to change this relaxation parameter as well, okay. So try to play with these few options, okay, and try to simulate all these test cases. And when we come for our session, we will discuss what are the difficulty you face for this, okay.